Aquí seguimos en Namibia con el problemita.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
El problemita. Media cara que no puedo moverla. ¿Cómo se pilla esto? Pues no se sabe, no tiene forma de comprobarlo. Lo que sí que se sabe es que puede ser desde una picadura de una garrapata, una infección de oído o la reaparición del virus de la varicela.
No pasa nada, pero estoy hasta los cojones.
Y definitivamente sobre esto creo que tenemos que dedicar un vídeo en exclusiva, porque yo creo que a mucha gente puede ayudarle si tienen este problema.
De color negro. Porque es que parece un pirata hablando así.
El problemita mío, que me tiene aquí jodido. Estoy en mi semana 4. Desde el primer día el doctor me dijo 3 semanas, 4 semanas. Estoy en mi semana 4 y estamos casi igual. Hasta 6 meses. Afortunadamente conocí una familia, a los pocos días de llegar a Namibia, conocí una familia de la que me despedí. Eché a andar ya dirección Sudáfrica. Y a los 2 días me dio esta infección. Hablé con ellos y vinieron a rescatarme. Un familiar se llevó la moto, otro me cogió a mí en el coche y estoy con ellos desde entonces. Ya pasé la Navidad con ellos y estoy con ellos desde entonces. Menos mal, porque si no, pues sí, yo tengo el seguro te cubre, pero no es lo mismo estar metido en un hotel o en un hospital que estar con una familia y al final estoy pues haciendo vida aquí. Haciendo vida y continúo enriqueciéndome y conociendo más cosas de la cultura, que me cuenten cositas, que hagamos cosas, o sea, muy agradecido, muy agradecido.
Hemos encontrado una mina de oro, o mayobas. Aquí lo llaman mushroom, como champiñones, pero son no mayobas. Son unas setas típicas de aquí, muy difíciles de encontrar, que solo salen en esta época del año y cuando está lloviendo. En España cuando llueve salimos a buscar caracoles. Aquí o mayobas, pero no es típico y mira, Sofía. Hemos encontrado una mina de oro. Tenemos mayobas aquí. Para probar diferentes platos, a ver lo que hacemos. Solo salen donde hay hormiguero.
Hormiguero o más bien termitero, yo creo que son de termitas.
Pero es que hay una araña ahí que no consigo identificarla. La seta tampoco la identifico. Pero la araña no me fío yo de esa araña. Así que vamos a dejarle los mayobas. Hemos recogido la cosecha de mayoba ya. Vamos a hacer un revuelto de champiñones, ¿no? Estamos cocinando 3 variedades de setas. Unas son fritas, eso está de muerte, estas son fritas. Estas son con una salsita de ajito y vino y aceite de oliva. Y ahora vamos a hacer aquí un revuelto con vamos a probar las 3 variedades de cocina, a ver, con salsa, revuelto o fritas.
Otra cosa buena de esta parada larga es que me estoy encontrando con todos los viajeros, los que van dirección sur, los que van dirección norte. Todos han hecho el mismo recorrido que yo, con la misma moto que yo, acompañado en algún que otro tramo con su amigo el de la Vespa. Luego llegaron Juergen y Alex. Me hizo mucha ilusión reencontrarme con Alex porque le encontré recién empezado el viaje en Marruecos y ahora muy cerquita de Sudáfrica. Y por último también me encontré con Nick y Singe. Seguí el viaje de Singe muy de cerca porque ha sido la primera mujer en hacer desde el norte de África hasta Sudáfrica en una moto eléctrica.
Tenía un reto de no cortarme el pelo hasta llegar a Sudáfrica, pero me quito el sombrero con las mujeres. Esto es un incordio. Mucho más cómodo tener pelito corto. Y más, como estoy con el problema con el ojo, lavándome la cabeza, que si no me entre agua, que si no me entre jabón en el ojo, porque el ojo, claro, el ojo no se cierra, pues me entra jabón en el ojo. Se acabó. Se acabó. Los lavados de cabeza van a ser bastante más rapiditos y los peinados también. O sea que Samuel con el pelo largo ya lo hemos visto. A partir de ahora Samuel con el pelo corto. Luego os enseño el resultado final a ver cómo queda la cabecita.
Esto es insoportable. Lavarme el pelo y que me entre jabón y agua en el ojo, se acabó. Vamos a darle un recortito a esto, ¿no? Ok. Cuando no hablo no se me nota que tengo media cara jodida. así estoy más fresquito. Me lavo la cabeza más rapidito. Todo esto estaba en mi cabeza y no me habéis dicho nada. Es imposible. Me cago en 10.
Y por último, otra de las cosas importantes, al alargar mi viaje, tuve la oportunidad de poder hablar con Phoebe y que nos cuente a todos más cositas sobre su país.
Continuando con las entrevistas, hoy se me ha ocurrido entrevistar a Phoebe, from Namibia.
Sí.
¿Nos va a explicar un poquito alguna cosa interesante de aquí de Namibia? Hello Phoebe. Hola Phoebe, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. Tú. I want to say that again. Bien.
Hola Phoebe, ¿cómo estás? Hola Phoebe, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. Gracias. ¿Tú?
Yo estoy estupendamente aquí en Namibia.
Cerveza grande, por favor.
This is the first thing that Phoebe learned when she went in Spain in doing the Camino de Santiago.
Cerveza grande, por favor.
Ajá.
Rápido. Vamos, Rafa.
I wanted to ask you something about your country. First of all, thank you very much for accept to make you these questions.
No problem.
For me, it was a very big surprise when I arrived to Namibia and I meet you. Like from the beginning, I thought, yes, for sure, she's German. But then you explained me that not. Here is like the people are very confused.
Yes, a lot of Europeans that come here are very surprised to see a lot of white people.
Uh-huh.
I have German ancestry, but I'm Afrikaans.
Uh-huh.
My family has been in Namibia since, I don't know, late 1800s, beginning 1900s.
Uh-huh.
Beginning 1900s. So I'm the fourth generation
Namibia.
on this farm.
But you didn't arrive to Namibia in the beginning. I mean, your ancestors.
Yes, my ancestors came from all over the world. German, French, Dutch. That's what Afrikaans. Afrikaans is a melting pot of different cultures that came to Africa in the 1700s to South Africa. Afrikaans was born there. It's called Kitchen Dutch. It was called Kitchen Dutch because it's a more easier form of Dutch, with a lot of influences from all over the world, and that is where Afrikaans was born, and that's where my family migrated from South Africa to Namibia in the beginning of the 1900s.
Uh-huh.
And ever since, my family has been on this farm.
Okay. And now, talking about the farm, is in relation about the thing that I wanted to ask you. Is about the farming in Namibia, because I discovered, because I thought from the beginning that this is the desert. But now we can see that this is not a desert. Here is a lot of green. And then I discovered that agriculture in this desert, supposed desert, is a very important part of the economy of Namibia.
You came to Namibia in the most beautiful time of the year. It's usually only green for a couple of months, like
Uh-huh.
it is now. This year we've gotten a lot of rain, which is fantastic. We just came from a 9-year drought. That
Uh-huh.
it was very, very bad.
It's summertime right now.
It's summertime.
For me, it's like spring. If we compare with
Yes.
Spain, it's like we are in spring. It's sometimes cold, raining
Yes.
a lot, like flowers and green everywhere. And you
This
say,
is-
no, it's
this
summer.
is a-
It's very warm. And I didn't saw this warm, never.
It's a good time of year, and we're having a good rain year. It's not always like this.
Uh-huh.
In the past, I had a friend who, her little girl went to grade 1, and that was the first time in her life that she saw rain. So we went through a really long time where we had a bad drought. The cold and the rain now is very welcome here this year.
Uh-huh. And this is important about the thing that we are going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's important because we are going to talk about the farming
Yes.
here in Namibia.
Yes.
And you need the rain.
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
we're
you
very dependent on rain.
Uh-huh.
We don't have a lot of water sources. There are no rivers in Namibia. We have perennial rivers in the northern border and then the southern border, and that's it. No perennial rivers anywhere else in Namibia.
And specific in this farm,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that we are going to talk about is about the cattle.
Yes.
About the cattle.
Yes.
Family is the thing that your family do in this farm.
Yeah.
Like they have cattle. But better just explain me the process. All the process from when you get the cattle until you sold the cattle.
All right. So we're based close to Otjiwarongo, which is in the central northern part of Namibia. Here we have a lot of predators. We have a lot of leopards, cheetah, jackal, caracals, which makes it very risky to have to breed with cattle. So we don't do that. What we do is we buy cattle at auctions.
Y esto también tuvimos la oportunidad de vivirlo en primera persona. Todos sabemos cómo funciona una subasta, pero vivirlo en persona impresiona. Cada minuto que pasa se vende una vaca aquí. Subimos 3 escalones y ya se han vendido otras pocas de vacas. Hasta incluso, como no me avisaron a tiempo, creo que en alguna ocasión subí el precio de la puja. Este gesto que lentamente hace mi mano hacia arriba es decir, estoy interesado en estas 10 vacas. Afortunadamente el señor que está justo sentado delante mía lo compra todo, quizás le subió el precio. Es que impresiona muchísimo cómo son las pujas. Es que es imposible que le dé tiempo a alguien a ver eso. Cada vez que alguien hace un gesto así hacia arriba con la mano, está interesado en la compra. Definitivamente otra visita que mereció mucho la pena.
You explain me this about the minimum meters that you need for a cattle. But first of all, you prepare the farm. You have the fences. Then you have to get the small cattle. Then you go to an auction.
Yes. So we buy the cattle from an auction. On this farm, we buy weaners. So it's cattle that has just been weaned from their mothers. Then they come here for about 2 years and they get nice and fat. They live a very good life.
Yes, I see. Look, wait, I will move the camera, sorry. Yes, they live a very good life.
A very peaceful life. All they have to do is eat for 2 years. In Namibia, we don't give any growth hormones, no substance, it's natural.
A lot of things can happen in these 2 years. Then, if you have a good year like this year, like with rain, you have a lot of green for them. But in winter time, it's not same green.
Yes. So in the winter time, we usually give them substitutes, but all natural. They get salt and potassium for their just as supplements for their growth, but nothing genetically modified. No GMOs is allowed in Namibia. So the cattle that are reared in Namibia is completely organic.
He pisado 2 cacas. ¿Eso es buena suerte o mala suerte? Creo que eso es buena suerte.
This is how you
Again.
how you see how old they are
How you see?
with their teeth.
Like the horse.
Yes.
Like the horses.
So they only have. He likes it.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, then you explain me. In winter time, you give some supplements. Nothing artificial, nothing like.
Just supplements like we take as well in the winter.
Okay, and what happens if you have a bad year, like no rain, like you don't have this green like today?
This is a big issue in Namibia always. So we're very dependent on rain. With climate change and everything, it's getting more and more erratic. So our droughts last longer. Our droughts tend to last longer, or we had some bad droughts.
Okay.
Y para combatir estas sequías hay que montar estos depósitos de agua por toda la finca y bebederos.
So what they did for this last very bad drought that we had is they made bush feed. Bush feed. So a lot of farmers had machines that cut trees.
Like the wood.
Yes.
The cattle eat wood, but they continue eating natural.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Less. Then you need maybe more time to make them grow.
Yeah.
But then they continue eating natural all the time.
All the time. It's
interesting. Very interesting.
It's illegal to have any artificial or any GMOs, genetically modified material in Namibia, because we export our meat.
Okay, then, if they survive to the winter time, if they survive to the dry years, then we have another problem here in Namibia. That is the wild animals.
Yes. So human-wildlife conflict is a very big issue in Namibia, because we have a lot of predators here, and it's kind of a 50 or kind of a what is the word? It's a situation that the hand that gives is also the hand that takes. In Namibia, we're very dependent on agriculture, but tourism is also a very big industry in Namibia. And tourists come from Europe to see the wild animals and to see the predators, but that need to be managed. So human-wildlife conflict is a very big issue in Namibia. We have a lot of predators. We have here on this farm, we don't have lions, but we have leopards, cheetah, jackals, caracals. So those are all risks that you have on farms.
Then, talking about this, there is something that we have to talk that the people don't like that we talk about this, like about hunting. Like
Yes.
sometimes, if you find that you have a leopard in your farm that is killing the cattle, so like you told me, like 1 year a leopard killed like 40 cattle.
Yes.
Then you ask for a permission to the government, and the government told you, okay, you can kill this leopard. Like you cannot. It's not something like here the hunting they can kill wherever they want. No, everything the law have
Yes.
control, a lot of
Yes,
control.
yes.
But it's an important function of the farmers. Like they have to kill this leopard,
Yes.
because if not, this one killed your cattle.
Yeah, and I think that's where Namibia does really well. The government of natural resources, they control it really, really well. If you have a problem animal, like for instance that leopard, it developed a taste for cattle. So then a permit, you have to apply for a permit, and a permit is granted, and you can shoot this animal.
But not only the leopards. Now, this is for the protection of your cattle. But another function that have the farmer is the control of populations.
Yes.
Like sometimes the government told you to, but you have to kill a giraffe.
Yep.
Because the control is being broke.
Yes.
Then you can kill a giraffe, a zebra, or a oryx.
Yes, because predators are, it changed with organized farming, because the world changed, and organized farming became a very important role in Namibia. The dynamic changed, so predators were hunted in the past a lot, because of a lot of reasons. So the natural predators of the grazers were eliminated. So then if you don't control the population, it gets too much, and they all die because they won't have any food because of overgrazing. So the animal population needs to be controlled, and that's where a lot of people criticize hunting, which is easy to do if you're
Yes,
sitting.
like you don't do here like to, because I want a trophy. Like
Yeah.
I want an
Yeah.
oryx in the wall of my living room. No, you do for the control of the populations.
Yes,
But
and
but
professional
whatever you
hunting,
kill is for it. Like the farmer, like the workers in the farm.
yeah,
If you
well,
kill
that's
a
what-
oryx, it's not like for a trophy. It's for it. It's for
Yeah,
feed.
yes, that's what we do here. But professional hunting is also a big industry in Namibia. So there are a lot of people that come trophy hunting here. But it's
with
very
this control. But with this control.
but with the control, yes.
Very
and,
nice.
And it's very easy to criticize hunting if you're thousands of kilometers away. We call them armchair warriors, because a lot of people criticize the system, but they don't know
Why the reason, all the things that are behind this.
Yes,
You know, all
yes.
the okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes, we can say yes, but if we pull from the court, then we see yes. But at the end, the human have the fault because they kill the wild animal. Then the control of the automatic control of the populations get lost. Then now we have this problem.
Yeah.
It was 50% of population live of agriculture. of farming here.
The statistic is actually 72% of people are dependent on agriculture in Namibia. So we have two types of farmers in Namibia, if I can call it like that, or if I can say it like that. We have commercial farmers and we have subsistence farmers. Subsistence farming is you need to farm because
you live from that.
Yes,
Not you live from that because you sold the meat, no, because you
Yes.
eat this.
Yes, you live from the cattle. You
Your
milk
cattle
the
is
cattle.
your money. It's not
That's
something you don't have money in a
Yes.
bank account. You have a cattle
Your
that
cattle
costs
is
money.
your bank account. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is a easy way to understand. Yes, and at the end, if you kill the lions, it's because for the people that live here need to live without the lions. But they keep some lions in some places that have the protection and everything.
Yeah. So hunting it's not as easy. It's not a straightforward situation. So a lot of people say you shouldn't hunt because it's
Yes,
cruel.
it's something to talk about, like very difficult. You know, like what you say that is not going to be considered bad. But
Yes.
if you analyze in deep,
You can
then
say
you understand why is the reason of the things.
you can say hunting is cruel towards the animal, but if you don't control the population, it's cruel to the
Yes.
people.
No, for example, you talk about hunting like so open, but you cannot see someone killing an animal.
I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's a personal thing. I don't like going along.
Okay,
for
better
hunts.
we don't talk about hunting.
Oh
Okay,
no.
the cattle. We come back to the cattle. You buy the cattle, you grow the cattle, you take care a lot from him. They live here in peace and harmony and very happy because look at this land.
Yes.
And then they survive to the winter, they survive to the dry years,
Survive the predators.
they survive the predators,
Yeah.
and then in 2 years, the
Yes.
cattle is ready for meat.
Yes. Then the cattle are slaughtered, and Namibia's biggest export market is. So
And it's difficult, not everyone can export meat.
there's a lot of regulations. There's a lot of regulations to export meat. Our biggest export market is China, America, the Norway, and the UK.
Oh, very bad. I cannot eat your cattle in Spain.
We import. Actually, at this point, we import Spanish pork.
Ah, okay.
So-
At least-
So we have to make an exchange.
yes. Oh, very interesting. Everything that you explained me about the cattle and about the hunting, I think is a very important thing, important subject.
Yes.
Like about the hunting is a very important, like taboo subject, but very
It's
important
very-
to understand
Yeah.
all the process
Yep,
from.
definitely. It's a very sensitive subject. It's very sensitive, but it's a unique situation. I think the Namibian government has done an excellent job at managing it. So it's not something to be criticized if you don't have a solution. I think we're doing really well.
Okay. Sorry if I put you in a difficult situation, making you to talk about hunting.
No.
Thank you
I
very
don't mind.
much. You told us about your ancestors, about the cattle business for the farmers, or the important that have this,
Yeah.
and about the hunting. Thank you very much. Not only for this, because you take care about me like the last 2 months here. She is the one that take care about this problem that I have in my face.
Yeah, it's been
And
a pleasure.
You are welcome in Spain wherever you want.
Thank you. I'll visit you next month.
Thank you.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad.
Como he dicho al principio, mi estancia en Namibia ha sido muy enriquecedora. Pero tengo que empezar a pensar cómo hacer para moverme, y esto lo vamos a ver en el siguiente
So just stay
capítulo.
tuned for the rest of the show.
Como siempre os digo, si habéis llegado hasta aquí, muchísimas gracias por ver el vídeo. Nos vemos en el siguiente.